Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes with my friend and my loyal co host, Damon Williams. Damon is, as you can see, that's not a fancy backdrop. He really is in an airport. And Damon, I know you've been on the road and a lot's been going on in your world. Where in the world is Damon Williams today?
I am presently in LAX airport.
Oh.
About to catch my favorite airline, Southwest. Home to Chicago for 20 minutes. Then I'm going to Atlanta tomorrow. So, yeah, it's one of those things. And, I've been out here since Saturday in California and did a show with some more and two race Saturday in Bakersfield. That was fantastic. And
Nice.
then last night, D. Ray Davis, Michael Blackson, Donnell Rollins were all at the Improv. We all did it. Um,
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and I just been bike riding on the beach with my favorite cousin.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. So you got some fun in and some funny fun and all of that. Did you do Earthquake Show?
I did. Yeah, so I was on Quake's house today. Yep. So
Okay.
we actually recorded yesterday, but it was on today.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, I'll
yeah,
go. I'll go and listen to it. Awesome,
yeah.
awesome. Well, I
Uh,
appreciate you coming on today. Cameron is busy with auditions, and we do have a special guest later on today talking about the State Fair Classic. It is HBCU Classic football time, and so. We're going to be there on Saturday. The What You Need to
nice.
Know news crew is going to be there Saturday, as well as I'm going to be hitting the road tomorrow. We're going to the Congressional Black Caucus, or as everybody always says, the CBC in Washington, D.C. So I'll be in your place tomorrow in terms of going in and out of town. So I
Yeah, and
appreciate your.
you definitely got to pronounce that B when you say CBC now, because they be like the CBC.
What's that? Well, we got the COVID again? No, no,
Right,
no,
you
no.
going to hang with Fauci?
So, Damon, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. And however much time you can give us, I know they will be making that call for you all to get on. And of course, you're a a premier Southwest client, so I know you'll be in that group one to five probably.
Yeah, and actually that it's an advantage, but it put pressure on you. If you're a C, I could do the whole show if I was a C. The A, we the only ones got to rush to get to our position. They need to fix that where you know, that's the
Yes,
only pressure. Yeah, we know it's
that's
that.
funny. That's funny.
But yeah,
Well,
I got it down to a science. So I had to eat some Panda Express, so that's not a great day. But look,
oh,
um,
I was going to ask you if you went to Woody's Fire Grill Pizza. I love their pizza there in LAX.
oh, now you tell me.
Sorry, I didn't know.
But I'll be back. Trust me.
Okay. All right. So, Damon, while I
So let's
got
go.
you, let's
Yes.
talk a little bit about what's in the newsletter. And I was very excited to write this story. We are 6 weeks out from the midterm elections, November 8th, 6 weeks from today.
Correct.
And we have a large number of really impressive Black folks running for office in the high tier offices like the US Senate, governors, and what have you. This particular story we did about Sherry Beasley, she is the first Black female Chief Justice of the North Carolina State Supreme Court.
Wow.
And she is now running for the United States Senate. And
Fantastic.
it's a very close race. The man that she's running against is a Republican, Trump endorsed candidate. He is a congressman, but I don't want to, I don't want to jinx it. You know what I mean? But she's such an impressive woman. And not only will she be the first Black woman to represent the state of North Carolina in the U.S. Senate, if she wins, and if Val Demings wins in Florida, they will be the third and fourth Black women, only the third and fourth Black women to be in the United States Senate,
Yeah,
following Vice President Harris and, of course, from the great state of Illinois, Carol Moseley Braun,
of
right?
course. Yeah.
She is a married woman with twin sons, and is pushing all of the things that North Carolina needs, and which aren't unlike what most other states need in terms of health care. She says that she spent days on end on the phone with health insurance companies trying to get care for her twin sons, and so she knows what it's like to worry about that.
Wow.
And as a justice, she was the first Chief Justice in the country to speak out after the George Floyd murder and talk about justice and criminal reform and policing and things like that. So if you're in North Carolina, remember the name Sherry Beasley, or if you know someone who is, please take a look at our What You Need to Know newsletter and the article that we wrote on Sherry Beasley today. She's the woman who has lived a number of firsts in her life, and she's hoping to be a first again from North Carolina. So please take a look at that. We'd appreciate it.
And we know she's good because she had twins. Anybody can manage 2 babies at once. I'm telling you, that's
much respect, right?
Much respect.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. We are also talking to people about, and I hope you're not getting too close to this, Damon, but Hurricane Ian, he's serious.
And where is Hurricane Ian located?
He is, they hit Cuba today as a Category 3 and is expected to go into the Gulf of Mexico in Florida. And right now, the target is in that Tampa, Sarasota area of Florida, right there on the Gulf of Mexico on the West Coast. But they have storm warnings all the way on the east side of the state as well.
Okay. Yeah, well, until it's on its way to Detroit, I think I'm going to be okay. That's where I'll be this weekend. So I think I'll be good.
Well, they're expecting it to make land perhaps as late as Wednesday evening, but definitely by Thursday as a Category 4.
That's sad to hear, to be honest. I hope it doesn't impact people's lives too detrimentally. I was joking. I am actually going to be in Detroit, but let's pray for the people in Florida that doesn't transpire.
Right, and I hope you get out of Georgia before too long. Right. I hope you get out of Georgia before too long because the path that they're showing, it could go across the state and up to the north. So please be careful in your travels. Just, check the weather.
I'm going to have to take a look at that, seriously.
For real. Pfizer is out there with talking about their booster shots for 5 to 11-year-olds, extending it for Moderna. The boosters are primarily for the 12 and older, but Pfizer is encouraging the CDC to expand the Omicron booster to 5 to 12-year-olds. And you have little people that are getting the booster.
No, not in that group. I do not.
Not that young. Okay.
But I have to go because I'm doing Sherry's show and they've been on me about getting boosted current. So I got to go get a booster shot. I didn't think I really wanted to, but I'm going to have to.
Yeah, and I had hoped to get one before I traveled, but I didn't get a chance to do it. But definitely when I come back, I'll come back on Saturday, and after the Classic, I will get my booster for that because we travel again next week and then going away later in October too. So I'm with you, just to be on the safe side, and the people are.
It's kind of hard to take another jab for the COVID. This is not the scary one. This will give you a hachoo. I don't want to. And it might not even stop the hachoo, So. But I want to be on Sherry's show, so I'm definitely gonna do it. I think it's October 11th. We'll be doing the Laugh Lounge where I sit one-on-one with Sherry. Yeah. So I'm trying to find my dentist because my little implant joint. I need to. Swear to God, I had a flipper until I get my implant, so now I got to be on there like this if you don't get at me. And I ain't gonna be home until Monday, so I'm waiting to get back to him. So if y'all see me on there smiling small, I didn't make my test.
Because you will be. Normally you be smiling really big being on the Sherry show.
Right.
Right.
You wow.
Oh, I'm so excited. So mark your calendars and set your DVRs for Damon to be on the Sherry show on the 11th. That's awesome. Yeah. Coco Brown was on today, by the way.
I saw the post, but I didn't see a chance to see it because I was on the bike. I was on the beach.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, you were.
We record them all. Yeah. I'll see it when I get home.
Exactly. I'm with you. And so talking about the COVID shots, and Coy Malone has a really crazy story, Damon. A Black woman is who was attacked by a Black man. They met on a dating app. She says that she was raped in his apartment. She went to the police and they did not do anything. And he walked free until he until he murdered a white woman. This is crazy. Alicia Franklin in Memphis, Tennessee, was raped last year in an apartment of this man, Cleotha Henderson, on a date app. And so they met on the date app. Immediately, she reported her rape to police and consented to a rape kit. But the kit's finding remained in storage among a backlog of other cases. And not until this man killed a white woman did they start to do their due diligence in finding out more about this man and what he had done before. It's maddening. It's absolutely maddening.
It's tragic on so many levels, and it's surprising that, first of all, God bless the fact that she survived, and
right.
And sadness to the family that lost a loved one. But the sister, she really kind of, had to see the red flag. If a Cleotha hit you online, is that his name?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody try to meet up with no Cleotha, let that be a red flag to start.
So this has to do with the case of do you remember the nationwide story, the school teacher that went out for a run in Memphis, the white woman, and they found her body? This is the guy.
Oh, wow.
This is the guy.
That's how we know oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's just like, I don't know if you've been watching the Dahmer episode.
I haven't been able to watch it.
And I haven't either, but I happened to turn it on when a highlight was shown. And then Headline News ran a feature about the same thing, about in Milwaukee, where the police came and the boy was naked and bruised, and they took him back in the house. So yeah, that's shoddy work. I mean, I think officers should err on the side of caution.
Always, always. And she said that her rape kit was in a backlog of all these other things and all these other kits. That's how far behind they were in their work. And it's very sad. But she's getting her day in court now that, she recognized this man and went to the police and they made the connection. Also check out our Tuesday feature talking about money, actually, taxes and money. And the great CPA, Katrina Kraft, talks about student loan forgiveness, but there's a catch. Yes, there are taxes to be paid on the forgiven debt. Yeah. Some states will have to. Forgiven debt is taxed as income. And so that means some state residents may owe taxes on the amount taken off of their student loans.
That is the most ridiculous,
you can't
convoluted system that we live in.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is considered income, something that I didn't receive, something that I couldn't pay, something that I still would owe.
Right.
And I get that reduced, not paid to me. And now I owe taxes. Yeah. I didn't get a check for this. I just didn't have to pay something. So where does extra money supposed to come from? If I couldn't pay the student loan,
to begin with,
the taxes or the student loan refund that I couldn't pay.
Right.
That made it through Congress and other places.
Yeah. Well, actually, this is from the president. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, exactly. There you go.
Yeah. So I'm sorry for those feeling like a weight has been lifted, but there's always
a bill added to your unbilled.
Yeah. 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 How crazy is that?
That's like going on The Price is Right, winning a car and can't afford to pay the taxes.
And Damon, that's the truth. We all know of people who have done that, whatever game show they've been on.
Leave the car.
Yeah. 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 It's crazy.
That's crazy. That's the most backwards thing I've heard in a while.
And people are still, griping and moaning, but about, they don't want this to happen to people. And now people finding out, and now those that were supposed to benefit from this are finding, well, I don't know if I want it either, because how do I pay this?
Right. Don't relieve me. I've been good at ducking y'all. I don't need new paperwork. I went on pay it anyway, so don't give me the relief. I reject your relief if your relief causes me more income.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Catch me if you can. Most people's philosophy, if I ain't graduated, I shouldn't have to pay.
Okay, and the stories that you see of these really great young men and women, and now bringing their children into the world, and doing all of this for their kids, and still saddled by, in some cases, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, so that they can provide a better life. Damon, I'm not sure about your time, and I want to find out if Al Wash is able to join us. How's your time looking?
I got like 4 minutes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna relieve you, and so that you can do your
I can
business.
relieve me. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Before you get in line A1.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
definitely. Let me just say, this weekend at
Please.
Riddle, I have my man Scruncho.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Scruncho from How High and Wild and Out, along with a young lady from Detroit. Her name is T-Barb. I'll be at the Punchline Lounge, Comedy Lounge in Southfield, Michigan, which is outside of Detroit.
Okay.
And my son's song, I sent you all, want everybody to go on YouTube and look up a song called Messy Moments. It's on Tidal. It's on Apple Music, but it's on his YouTube and his Instagram. Damon_AF. It's a beautiful song. You got to check it out.
Messy moments.
Messy Moments.
Is it original?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna cue it up to air next week.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. We'll talk about it. I got to fly.
Darling. Safe travels. Thanks, Damon. I so appreciate you.
You too, darling.
Take care, sweetie. I swear, Damon and Stephen Hill are those guys that will go to any lengths to help you out and to be on the show. Damon in the airport, or wherever he is on the city of Chicago, on the lakefront, or if he's in another city trying to be near water there, he always makes the attempt to come on. Stephen Hill, a week before last, he was making his way off a plane into New York airport and was talking to us the whole time. So
we're trying to get Al Wash. He had to turn on his computer, turn off his computer, figure out how to turn it on. So be patient.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what, Yolanda, we've gone through the What You Need to Know newsletter, and that is our executive producer, that voice, Yolanda Starks White, and she and I are going to be going tomorrow. We'll be on a plane tomorrow, and headed for Washington, D.C., where we will be attending the Congressional Black Caucus. I hope that we'll have an opportunity to reconnect with a lot of people that we haven't seen or talked to in a very long time in person, one-on-one. And so that is tomorrow, and we'll be there through the weekend. Now, when we come back, we'll be there till Saturday. And when we come back, we'll get right off the plane, and we will go to the State Fair Classic. And of course, that is the HBCU Classic between Prairie View and Grambling. And so we will be there with the whole crew, all of the youngins, Coy and Cameron, and Coy, Cameron, and
Cam.
I said Cam.
Coy, Cameron, Cam, Aprilette, Olivia.
Oh, Aprilette and Olivia. Aprilette will be with us, and Quinn will be with us. So that'll be awesome. And we'll be out there with the American Heart Association and our friends from Black Voters Matter. And we're going to be putting the pressure on you. If you haven't signed up, if you haven't registered to vote, please do so. And also to join our friends from the American Heart Association and see what good things they are doing. And I think we'll have a lot of fun. And we'll have a 360 photo booth, which I understand is a lot of fun.
Annette Brady from Facebook asked if there It's Sybil for tomorrow. We will have It's Sybil for tomorrow, but it's going to be a special edition that we put together that has Queen Afua.
Oh, right. That is a special episode. Queen Afua, she is the queen of good, healthy living. And we've had her son on before, and Queen Afua will be on talking to the girls and about female things regarding our health and good things put in our bodies for good health. So that's awesome. So please stay tuned to that. That will be a special edition of It's Sybil tomorrow. And then I wanted to talk to you about some of the things beyond what we're going to talk with Al about the HBCU classics. We did talk about, Damon told us about the dates, his upcoming dates. He'll be in Michigan, Detroit. And so please check him out, as well as folks in Chicago can go see the comedians that are going to be at Riddles. The weather, this Ian is something else. And they say that it's been almost 100, if it's not a full 100 years, it's almost 100 years since they have had a hurricane, the strength, the likes of which Ian is projected to be, to hit the Tampa, St. Pete, Sarasota area. And they are telling, if you can get out, get out. And if you don't get out by tonight.
I remember hurricanes, we compare everything to Hurricane Katrina. Is it like that?
I think they said that it was in terms of strength, but the problem with Katrina was, not only was it strong, not only did it bring a lot of water, but then the levees broke. And that created the greatest problem for folks in New Orleans. But it is as strong as Katrina. And the problem with the water in an area that is surrounded by water is that there's no place for the water to go once it comes inland, and they are preparing for a lot of swamps and things to be. Yep. Thank you, Reggie Barnes on Facebook. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have already left. They went to Miami, but Reggie, are they telling the people in Miami to be careful too? Because I called Tom to check on him, and he says he's batting down the hatches there. But the state, and especially once it hits in Tampa, is expected to go up to like Panama City Beach and Tallahassee and places like that. Michael Stallworth on Facebook, our facts guy, he says Ian is also expected to slow down in forward motion. In 2020, Sally was 105 miles an hour, but moved at 23 miles an hour on the Alabama Gulf Coast. Now, they did say that initially, Michael, and what I heard just before we went on the air is that it is moving at a pretty fast clip still. Even having been slowed down going over Cuba, it is still moving at a pretty good clip. And I'm telling you, so many things are closed, and they're telling people. I had all of this information about the things that are closed, all the Publix, grocery stores, everything. Schools in Miami are closed tomorrow and Thursday. And get your gas tonight if you can, if they haven't already run out. All of the big box stores are emptying out. FEMA is on the ground, says Brenda McCutcheon on Facebook, but DeSantis is complaining about Biden not calling him. Biden was already on the case. Did you see that? Even before DeSantis was calling for the state of emergency, President Biden had already put the FEMA and the Department of, I think it was the DHS people, on the ground so that they could help them. So, and you know, DeSantis. Speaking of politicians, okay, I'm moving around a little bit, but I got to tell you about this guy in the state of Texas. Is anybody in Texas? Well, we know that we have an attorney general. It's not as great as what they have in New York. His name is Ken Paxton. He is a longtime Republican, and he is he's had a lot of things swirling around him in terms of not crimes. He's been indicted several times. People have in his own office have accused him of bribery. And he is now, someone was trying to serve him with a subpoena about the state's abortion ban. They couldn't get him at his office. So this guy went to Ken Paxton's home. And what did Ken Paxton do? He sent his wife to the door, told him he's on a phone call. He can't answer this. He can't take this subpoena. So the guy said, okay, I'll wait. And he said about the subpoena server said about an hour later, this woman, his wife, who is also a state senator, he saw her come out, get in the truck, open the doors, and Ken Paxton runs out of the house into the truck and they peel away. And so he says, hey, I have a subpoena for you. He goes, you can't give it to me. And he dropped it on the ground right there where the truck was. And apparently there's video of this. What? I can't say it. I can't say what it is, but you know what that looks like.
Say that again. What happened?
Ken Paxton, who is the head lawyer for the state of Texas. He's the Texas Attorney General. He ran from a subpoena served to him, trying to be served to him at his house.
Right.
And not only did he run, he got his wife, who is a state senator, to rev up the truck. And she opened the doors. He ran into the truck, jumped in as the guy was there to hand him the subpoena. And he said, you can't give it to me. No, not going to take it. And the guy dropped it there. And this has to do with the state abortion bans, because he is the one who has been fighting so hard to remove abortion from the state of Texas.
Wow.
What is that? Wow. What is that? What do you call that guy? Under the jail with all of them. I'm with you, Michelle. Michelle Lynn Summerall says, under the jail. Ken is the what? Brian Scott said, Ken is the wife in this marriage. And Karen Vaughn, you're absolutely right. On YouTube, that is what he is. He's a coward. If you can't take the heat, what the heck are you doing as the Attorney General? And you're running for re-election. Yes. He just beat one of the Bush boys. George P. Bush was running for Attorney General and in the primary. And Ken Paxton, who was a longtime Attorney General for the state of Texas, he beat George P. Bush. And people are kind of, they've forgotten about the Bushes, so they're kind of excited that Bush might beat him, but it didn't happen. But Ken Paxton running in 6-7 weeks from November 8th. Yeah. Just wanted to share that with you. Didn't get a chance to talk about this with Damon, but flight attendants were protesting at Midway and O'Hare airports today. These are two of the city's largest airlines, protested at Midway and airports, demanding new contracts that would provide better economic and working conditions. The changes are important for a workforce that union leaders say are suffering from burnout due to the pandemic. Nearly 200 unionized flight attendants with Southwest Airlines lined up and down Cicero Avenue at Midway Monday morning, holding signs slamming an airline they say is putting profit over workers. They chanted and cheered as drivers and passing trucks honked in support. Not long after that, 100 United Airlines flight attendants gathered to do the same at O'Hare Airport, holding signs and marching as passengers hurried past to check in for their flights. The Southwest Airlines representative, her name is Corliss King. She said that the demands include being paid for all the time they put in on a flight. Currently, and I know a lot of people know this and some people don't, currently attendants are not on the clock until that plane door is closed. And they are off the clock once they reach their city, their arrival city, and that door opens. So only when the door closes and when the door opens is when they are getting paid. They go off the clock after that door opens after landing. They also want more control over their schedules, a better work-life balance, and to do that, they want to end the policy requiring flight attendants to be on call around the clock for 3 days at a time. God love you. It used to be, you get all these benefits and buddy passes and you can fly. But this really takes all the fun out of having the benefits of flying when you have that kind of crap laying, over your head. So, all right. So, is anybody? I will once again stand alone on this, and I'm okay. Anybody else like candy corn? Candy corn, Yolanda? It's not taffy, but I do like candy corn, and it takes me back to my growing up days in Chicago. My Aunt Bess used to have candy corn and salted peanuts in little packaging for us. But candy corn is being recalled. There's a recall on candy corn due to a potential deadly mishap. Arcade Snacks of Auburn, Massachusetts has recalled its 15-ounce packages of candy corn because it may contain undeclared egg. And so people who are allergic to eggs may experience a possible life-threatening allergic reaction. So if you're not allergic to eggs, eat all of this Arcade Snacks from Auburn, Massachusetts that you can eat. But if you are allergic to eggs, stay away from the 15-ounce packages of the candy corn. They are distributed in the Northeast, and it comes in a clear plastic container. And so they're good. Otherwise, if you are not allergic to eggs, and they're coming out with different flavors of candy corn. Have you heard about the hot dog flavored candy corn? I love a hot dog and I love candy corn, but not together. No, absolutely not. But if you are allergic to eggs, please stay away from the Arcade candy corn from Auburn, Massachusetts. And we talked about this earlier. Rihanna has not yet picked she's been chosen, been asked, she has accepted the invitation to be the halftime entertainment at the next Super Bowl, where I'm thinking the Bears are not going to be. But apparently she and her creative team are at work planning her halftime show and trying to figure out whether or not she will have guests on the show. There's a list of 50 possible guests to hit the stage with her, according to this report from Rihanna's people. They say that they have collabed over years, the years with people, and so anybody could possibly be there, with Kanye, from Kanye to Paul McCartney. How about that? Calvin Harris, Pharrell, Jay-Z, Drake, and others are on her resume with people that she's been in collaborations with. So if Riri calls, who's going to turn her down to do this? Except we all know that they don't get paid for this. So the payment comes later in the streaming. No final decisions who may join her, but she'll absolutely have the final say. I'm sure people are calling and throwing their names in the hat, even if they've never collaborated with Rihanna. That's going to be a heck of a show. And once again, Pepsi is no longer sponsoring the halftime show. One thing is for sure, they say that Dr. Dre's halftime show last year with Mary J. and Snoop, Kendrick Lamar, 50, and Eminem had fans raving and calling it the best of all time. So she's got big shoes to fill, but she's up to it. And she's a talented woman who can do it. And I wonder if ASAP is going to ask her if you're going to let your baby daddy be on the show with you. I don't know. Okay. All right. I wanted the guys here for this today, because I wanted to find out, is there a bro code? There is a sister code regarding who you date, and if you want your ex to date your new friend. So, Yolanda?
Yes, Sybil.
Are you ready for this? Because we have these discussions all the time. And if you check out our podcast, all right. If you check out our podcast, we've had a couple of discussions about, how different we are in our reactions to things. So here's the deal. Chris Redd, you know who Chris Redd is, yo?
From Saturday Night Live?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The young guy, he's just left Saturday Night, by the way. And he is dating his former co-star, Kenan Thompson's ex-wife.
Oh.
SNL alum Chris Redd dating Christina Evangeline, the ex-wife of his now former co-star, but still good friend, Kenan Thompson. And apparently there's no bad blood flowing between the guys. According to sources, Christina and Chris became official within the past year, and so no overlap or cheating. And they said that Kenan and Christina have been living their separate lives and intending to divorce since 2019.
I don't have a problem with that.
I know. So I'm glad. But isn't there like I know there's you don't have it, a code, but
well, I do have a code. I mean, if they're together, that's one thing, but they're no longer together.
Oh, so if they were together and if Christina and Kenan were still married and Chris came in,
right,
and led to the breakup,
right,
you would have that problem.
Let me tell you what. Because I am married to a wonderful man.
Right.
We call him Ward the Great because he is. If for whatever reason we decided we weren't going to be together anymore,
and that would be his choice, not yours.
Any of my girlfriends would be so lucky, and I would be so happy for them that they could experience the bliss that I have experienced for the past 20 years. And I'm really serious about that. Ward,
I know you are.
Great. Tracy and Ward went, Tracy, my best friend from high school, Ward took her to a party Saturday night and just had the best time. And she called me. She's like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for letting Ward be my
letting Ward come out and play." So
what difference does it make? Wouldn't you rather your girlfriend be with somebody who's a good person than somebody else?
I guess so, because I'm not covetous that way. But my exes die, so there would be no opportunity for my girlfriends to be a part of that. But
we got some comments.
Critic Chronicles on YouTube says, "Nice, Yolanda. I do not agree, but God bless." Karen Vaughn on YouTube says, "No way." I'm with you. Shirley Anthony Davis on Facebook, "I would not date any of my friends' exes. Ain't no way." I think we've heard that in the song too.
I get this a lot.
Wow, you're a rare breed. Michelle Lynn Sumraw says on Facebook, and Michelle, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yolanda is the rarest
Somebody
of breeds.
has to agree with me in this comment. I'm going to skip over all of these comments until somebody agrees with me.
Let's see.
It hasn't happened yet. Uh-oh.
Valerie Barr said, "No, Miss Yolanda, that's not wise. You're too wise to practice such freedom." She says that on YouTube. Valerie says, "You're too wise to practice such freedoms." So Yolanda, when you thought about this, and as you said, you know, Tracy's your best friend, your husband is your best husband, and how did this come that you said you guys should go to the party together?
Because I was out of town, and so she wanted to go and he wanted to go, so why not go together?
And you were out of town.
Don't be like that. Don't be like that.
Well,
hold on. Stop the presses.
You're right, Yolanda says. Lynn Sell. Lynn, you just wanted to have her pick your comment on YouTube. Thank you, Lynn. So she does not stand alone. And she doesn't mind standing alone either.
Oh, no.
But hell to the no, says Myra J.
I love you, Myra.
And Myra's been through a couple of marriages with Yolanda. So.
Yes, and Myra, you and Doug Starks would still be laughing.
That is funny. Oh my God. That is great. That is great. So Yolanda, we should have people listen to our podcast.
Yes.
What else you need to know is one of the podcasts that we do is I do one with Jay, I do one with Yolanda, and I do one with Aprilette Russell with a youngin. And Yolanda and actually it's different than our normal conversations, I would say. But we do talk about stuff like this, like Nia Long and things like that. So please check where you find your podcast, and it's What Else You Need to Know. So like this is what you need to know. What else you need to know is a lighter, more after hours. I think there should be some adult beverages, but I would be the only one with the adult beverage with you. Probably with Jay too, because he's such a lightweight. Well, Aprilette might have a glass of wine with me.
Coke sometimes is equivalent.
A good Coke?
Yeah.
You've never had a good vodka tonic, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you can make that comparison. Okay. But check it out. I hope that you all will enjoy it, and we look forward to having more conversations. And we'll be having a lot of those as we head out for the Congressional Black Caucus tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to get Al Wash, huh?
Al Wash is not coming. Al could not figure out how to turn his computer back on.
Okay. Well, would you like to read the jewel for today?
I don't remember it.
Okay. Okay.
It's about being nice.
Yes. That's the theme for the week. Yes. Yeah. Today's daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels: being nice to people who you don't know isn't being insincere. It's mature.
Yes.
Be nice.
Just be nice.
Like what'd your grandmama say?
Let me tell you how I came up with that. Because people always say, I'm not going to be fake. Why not?
Yeah.
Why? That's not necessarily.
Is being nice being fake?
Well, they say, well, I'm not going to be fake. I'm going to keep it real. And so I believe that being nice is not being fake. It's mature. You don't have to always keep it real. You're just mature. And when you mature, you recognize that you don't have to always say and think everything that you say and think.
And especially like, you should go to this party with my husband.
I didn't say that. Bye, Sybil.
Good night, everybody. We'll join you later from Washington, D.C. and check out our special show tomorrow with Queen Afua. And thank you all. Thanks, Damon. And thank you, Yolanda. And thanks, everybody, for joining in on this edition of It's Sybil. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks,
Aloha.
Myra.